What is happening, guys? Welcome back to this beautiful day behind me. We are going to do a valve cover gasket job on this 2015 Chevrolet Cruze Ecotec. What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are not just changing the valve cover gasket on this car, we're changing the entire valve cover. I just don't know it yet. Let's get on with it. And this is the little 4-cylinder, and as you can see, she's seeping oil right where you don't want it on top of the exhaust manifold. So we're going to take care of that. Pretty simple, straightforward process. So here's the things that you're going to need to do this job correctly. New gasket. Link in the description below for this. You will also need something to clean off the old RTV. New RTV. Gasket scraper, 3/8 extension, T30 bit, E10 bit, torque wrench, 3/8 ratchet, gloves if you want them. That's everything we're gonna need. The reason I picked the cleaner is because I'm gonna spray brake clean on this to try and get the residual oil off before I actually open this thing up. That way it gives it a little time to dry and kind of get off of there before I work at it. I'm not looking for a perfect job, I just want to get it off of the exhaust manifold really and around where I'm going to be working. It's good enough for me. If you use an awesome product like Super Clean, spray that thing on there, rinse it off with a hose. You can agitate it a little bit with a brush if you want, but stuff works great. It's still below freezing here, so my hose is froze. So unfortunately I can't use it right now. Is your life a mess? Literally. Do you suffer from dirty engine bay syndrome? Or your friend's piece of crap vehicle leaving oil all over your concrete-itis? Or perhaps you have the chicken cordon blues? Then you should ask your mechanic about Super Clean. With their foam application and their original spray cleaner, Super Clean products make cleanup quick and easy. With the exception of the chicken cordon blues. Super Clean may cause extended periods of cleaning, increased organizational habits, the desire to be cleaner, and your friend's jealousy over how clean your shop is. Alright guys, first thing we're going to do is we're going to lift up on this little engine cover. This one's broken a couple different spots, so it comes up pretty easy. And then we're going to take our T30 so we can unplug the coil pack here and then bring the coils up. As far as this plug goes, pull this pink clip back and then it will allow you to lift up on it. Just wiggle that thing off of there with 2 hands. Coil pack straight up. There they go. Woo, all right, well, I had to use a flathead to actually pry this off, so you're gonna need a flathead too. There's your coil pack. It looks like we're gonna have to unroute some of these lines that go around the valve cover here. So again, you can use your flathead for a lot of this. Whoop! Well, you know, didn't need it. All right, so this top hose just got a little metal clip on it. Pull that up, you'll be able to pull that up. But unfortunately, it's still connected to this other one, so I guess it really didn't do a whole lot. So this thing on the side, to get that wire harness out of your way, there's 2 little clips in here that you just pull them out and you can lift the whole thing up, which I went the hard way and lifted the cover off first so I could see what I was doing. But now everything can be out of the way, and I'll just put this back together so it'll just clip on when I'm done. But we needed that off of the valve cover. We got some things moved out of the way. Next, you've got 15 of the E10s that actually hold the valve cover on. That's what we'll do next. I always loosen everything by hand first before I ever used any kind of power tool. All right, I've got all 15 of them loosened. You can't pull them out. They're actually attached to the cover, retained from the inside. So theoretically, we should be able to lift this bad boy off here now, if we did everything right. Pull your oil dipstick out. When you're doing this, you want to be super careful because this is plastic valve cover. You don't want to break it. Just a little shimmy here and there. All right, guys, I think I finally almost got it. For a leaky valve cover gasket, that was on there pretty good. And there she is. Ooh, oh yeah, that gasket's just breaking right apart. All right, guys, so real quick, The front of the engine has the exhaust manifold on it, and that's where this guy has gotten super crispy. Bring it in here. It's gotten super crispy, and as you pull it out, you can see right there, the valve cover itself is so brittle that everything's breaking off with it. Again, link in the description below. I'm getting a valve cover for this. I'm secretly hoping that it comes with a gasket too. Then I can exchange the gasket. But either way, so that's why the exhaust manifold is just fried everything up here. This has a lot of miles on it too, 130 some thousand, I don't know. Well, maybe not a lot of miles, but either way, that's what happened with this vehicle. So valve cover next. All right, so next step while we're waiting for that valve cover is cleaning off all the extra gasket and then RTV where the timing cover connects, and then we're going to take a nice clean cloth and we're going to wipe all of that down and get it as clean as possible. All right, I got everything scraped off of there, and next I just spray a little cleaner, super clean in this case, on the blue towel or rag or whatever you got, and then we're just going to go along and clean the surface and make sure everything is free of anything that will mess up the seal. All right, guys, with the help of Super Clean and my trusty rag, I have cleaned up as much as I can around there. Everything's smooth. Everything should provide a nice, good seal for when we get that valve cover. All right, everybody, we have the new valve cover, and the new valve cover comes with gasket already installed, so we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about switching over the bolts. We do have to worry about the dipstick is transferable, and then your oil cap will go right here, your fill cap. And that looks about it. Other than that, we are ready to get this bad boy on here. If you remember, we got everything cleaned up, and we're ready for this new gasket. I'm just going to do a once over and make sure nothing fell onto it or into it or anything like that, and we'll get it on there. All right, one thing I forgot real quick, and then you don't want to forget, is get yourself some RTV. All right, so you want to apply a little bit of RTV here and spread it out a little bit, and then up here as well, just like that. Maybe a little bit more down here. Spread it out just a little. You're wanting to cover that gap right there, so. All right, guys, so we need to change this oil fill cap over before I tighten that thing down, because I don't know if it involves anything to do on the inside of that. But I did notice, take your cap off, and then you got a tab here and one on the other side. I think if we pry that up on both sides, this collar will come off. This prevents from unscrewing it, I believe, from the entire valve cover. There's your collar. Then you can unscrew your fill neck from your valve cover. We're gonna clean this up, make sure the O-ring's nice and clean, or replace the O-ring if you want. And you want your baffle, it looks like, you want your baffle to be in the back. No, in the front, sorry. So we're gonna put that on. I guess it doesn't matter, it's on the side. Baffle's on the side anyway. And then, take our collar, snap it over the new one. Oil fill cap is on. That's how you switch that over. Now, as far as tightening everything, I'm gonna snug everything down first from the inside out, and then I'm gonna torque everything to 71 inch-pounds. All right, I've got my impact set for 1, so this should barely snug them down. Then take your torque wrench and adjust it to 71 inch-pounds. Torque everything, starting from the inside, work your way out. All right, now that everything's torqued out, I'm gonna go back through one more time. Next, we'll put all the wiring back, clip everything on there. If you remember, this one here, this hose we took off from the intake manifold. So pop that one back on. And then those little clamps, like the one I broke here, not a big deal. It's still sitting in there, but those are transferable from your old cover. Dipstick, don't forget the dipstick. And next, we're ready for the coil packs. I'm gonna plug this guy in too before I get it all the way down there. you back in place. Get your T30s back in there and started. I don't have a torque spec for this, I just snug it up. Then we can finish with putting the beauty cover back on, just like that. Now before I do that, I'm gonna let this run, warm up the temp, and then just visually inspect, make sure I got everything right. Doesn't look like there's any kind of oil leaks or anything like that. Everything is all set. I let the engine warm up the temp. I inspected everything. I had a little burn off on the exhaust manifold, just getting that oil residue and stuff that I tried to clean up, but I inspected everything. She looks good. You can see where the RTV is coming through, making a nice seal on the front. That's how you do it. There's one thing left. Putting that pointless beauty cover back on. Alright guys, that's how you do the valve cover and gasket in the Ecotec Chevy Cruze. Links will be in the description below for the gasket and the valve cover if you need it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Later.